Now, of course, a lot of times the kids are moving back home and things.
Yep.
It's not as cliche, as it once was.
Right.
For families to just live together.
Much more acceptable now.
Yeah. And now I had to move back home.
So will my son.
Yeah.
You called it.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt about it.
You want to put money on DraftKings?
It's the easiest bet there is.
That's what they call a lock.
That's easy money.
Yeah.
Listen, BB Shea is looking for an apartment right now himself. He was expressing how difficult it is. I've considered renting my man cave to him for a lower price off the books.
What's that?
Well, I figure.
Off book.
Yeah. I figure BB Shea is looking for an apartment, and it's probably really expensive. Now, I have a man cave that he can have, and I'll pay his utilities because that just comes along with the house. He pays me through Venmo a lower price than he'd pay for his apartment, but he keeps his current address at his parents' house, and there we all win. I get money off books. He gets cheaper rent.
Which one of you is the bigger lawbreaker? You, clearly.
It's you.
It's my scheme.
Yeah.
But
I'm running it.
You've tried to do this with me, and now you're trying to do it with BB Shea. The problem is you want 24/7 access to us.
Yeah.
Because he'll be sitting there watching TV, and you'll just let yourself in and go, "What you watching?"
Of course. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Can you do this for me? I need you. You want
Turn off the game and do some work.
Mm-hmm.
you want me or him nearby. You like to know what we're doing and how far we are. And if we move into your home, you could do that. You would have everything you've wanted.
That's right.
Would you be willing? At what price, Kelly, would you give up your domain, your man cave?
I'm not sure. My wife and I are discussing what to charge him for rent.
Oh, she's in on this too.
She said she didn't hate it. She said,
Well, yeah, less bother for her.
She surprised me with two things yesterday. She didn't hate that because I had been sort of scheming this for about a week when I heard that BB Shea was ready to move out of his parents' house.
Like most of your ideas, I just shot it down.
Well, I thought she would. So I said, listen, don't overreact to this. Give it some time to percolate. And she said, well, I don't hate it because we're making money off book, not taxed, completely illegal.
Yeah.
He moves in.
And you'll be out of her way because, like I just explained,
I'll be upstairs.
you'll be more than happy to bother BB Shea.
Exactly.
Maybe we can. I don't know enough about the law to know the answer to this.
Yeah.
But is there some sort of protection that one gets when one signs a lease? Because if there was to be some sort of horrific accident, you might be held liable or actionable for everything you've ever owned or will own.
Didn't think about that now. Let's not bring that up.
Well, I know you don't want to bring it up, but should the unthinkable happen?
I want no paperwork. I want
Oh,
no,
yeah, see, that's...
And if he's
But aren't there protections that one gets with paperwork?
perhaps, but
On both ends.
Let's just say he was maimed. Let's say a beam fell on him in the night, or a tree fell through the roof in the night and hurt him. I'd say, yeah, he was just spending the night one time. I just had him over.
What if he burns your house down?
I'd say he was still just spending, and then my homeowner should pay for that, right? And I know my insurance guy real well. I just tell him, look,
he'll help me do fraud.
you're just here for a minute.
Now I'm picturing you and your wife trying to drag BB Shea outside and lay him in the grass and be like, he was never here.
I don't know who this guy is.
The body was 20 feet from the
I
house.
don't know who that is. He blew in it was like a tornado blew him into the yard.
I think he was trying to rape me. You mean your wife?
No,
me. What?
This sicko was trying to rape me. I had to throw him out the window.
Don't you work with him? Oh, is that who that is?
Why is
I've noticed he's been eyeing me.
Why is there a remote in his hand? He was lying in wait.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Watching the game.
He moved into my man cave. I didn't even know he was up there. He tried
He
to
squatted.
There's a rape going on up there. We'd have thrown
In a
him
man
out the window.
cave.
My God, it's horrible. Yeah, my wife said she'd give us some thought. She felt like it was a pretty good idea. Then the other thing, here's what she really surprised me yesterday. She said, you're going to be surprised by this, but I'm okay with Gisele Bundchen being pregnant. I said, you're kidding. I thought she'd say.
I thought that would be outrage
Me
of
too.
the day.
Me too. She thinks that Tom Brady should have been there more for his family instead of playing football at such a high level for so long. Her belief is, she may be accurate on this, that he kept promising her, okay, I'm going to quit. Remember when they divorced, Gisele Bundchen was all about, like, he played too long. She was concerned about head injuries and all that. And the word was that he kept promising her he would quit and then never did. And when he did quit...
But that was never confirmed.
No, it wasn't confirmed. But my wife's hypothesis is that is true. Remember, because he did quit the Patriots and then came back to play for the Buccaneers. He was out for just a little while there. And so she was all on Gisele Bündchen's side, which I was really surprised by that. Because I thought she'd be...
but in her mind, Brady has always been the villain.
Well, she didn't like the way he treated
because of
Moynihan.
I don't know if they were married, but the mother of the first child.
Right, but he left her while she was pregnant.
Right.
And that, she didn't care for that one.
Yeah, that's too tall a hill for Brady to climb.
Right.
To get in her good graces.
He'll never get over that. That's true. Poly Girl Cassie, you're talking about BB Shea moving in up in the man cave. Go ahead.
Hey, guys. Good morning. Yeah, you might want to check in with Lisa Lanier about this, because I'm pretty sure that after maybe 30 days, whether there's a lease signed or not, they have legal residence. So therefore, you would have to go through the courts to have him removed from your property if he decided not to come into work one day or leave your house for that matter.
He's squatter. He'd be squatting in there.
Well,
yeah.
I bet he can squat real good.
Oh, you know, I've seen
that boy can squat. I'm with you, Polygirl Cassie.
Well, because what's going to happen is you want him there till your son needs to come back.
Well, that's okay.
And then you're going to be like, all right, BB, you're out.
You're out. Thank you, Polygirl Cassie. That's the thing. You
can't evict me.
I
live here.
I live here. I wanted to have him come in totally under the radar, no signing papers, slide me a little Venmo money here and there, and live here. But I know my son's coming back in 2 years. I know that. That's when he needs that space.
And see, that brings me back to my original question. As we talked about, it always, when the kids move out, commercials, everything, you see the parents celebrating, I don't know if that's always true.
That
because I had to move back, and secretly, my father was thrilled.
What?
Because he's like, my buddy's back.
Yeah, my son and I really are. We're close. I do like it. Like, we watch sports together and stuff.
But you do want them to
I do.
proceed with their life.
Of course.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
But I don't know how long people are living now with their parents. I mean, BB Shea to move back in, he's in his 30s. Now it's harder.
Yeah.
And that's why the whole am I going to transfer to Tennessee thing is weighing on us, because he's going to have to get college loans to do that. In state, I'm covering. Out of state, he's going to have to get college loans. I told him that. And he's like, I'm willing. I'll pay it back. And I said, well, you say you're willing, but when you're, 23 and getting an entry-level position somewhere and suddenly you've got a bill to pay every month, that's tough, But I would welcome him back at least for a little while to live with us. It's possible. He and BB Shea will have to share a bunk. They'll have to share a space. I told him.
Would they loft the beds, maybe?
Maybe there's a bedroom up there, and so they can maybe, or I don't know, they can put an
share a bathroom, one bathroom.
It's a one bathroom place. It's a one bed, one bath up there.
Do you anticipate the girl returning from her college days? Now this is 60 years down the road.
Yes, I do foresee that, at least for a little while. I think kids are almost always coming back. Heroin Scott comments on that, living with family. Go ahead, Heroin Scott.
I've always thought that old school mentality of the kids need to be out of the house supporting themselves by the time they're 18 is the stupidest thing in the world. Why not let the kid continue living with you until he gets married or whatever? That way you can build wealth together. You can help each other out. It's dumb.
Well, I agree with you. I have no problem with him coming back. I think usually the younger person, the kid, wants to move out for his freedom and his space and, be awkward when he has the girlfriend over and that kind of stuff, So it's like, okay, I think they're the ones that want to go. I kind of wish I'd lived with my parents a little longer. I was only there till I was 36.
Yeah.
I felt
and then you moved right in with your mother figure.
Right in with my mother figure.
Who's otherwise known as your wife.
Correct. I'm with you, Heroin Scott. D, you're talking about BB Shea coming in to live with me. Off the book. And listen, don't hit him with this when he comes in here for the power hour. I want to do this
gently
and say, maybe
bit by bit.
Yeah, maybe have him over for dinner and then lock him upstairs. Somehow get him in there. Go ahead, D.
What's up, guys? It's D. No one black people want to listen except for Jane.
Yes, sir.
The only problem you're going to have, Kelly, trying to do this under the books with Venmo. Now, after a certain amount of cash you get on Venmo, you have to report it and have it taxed.
Oh, God.
D, really?
God. That is so...
Yeah.
Why? Is this not America? Can I not be anonymous?
Can I not run some scam deal on a
Can't I be
coworker?
a black market slumlord?
Thank you, D. I mean, really. They've got it in place now where I can't even be a slumlord in my own home.
For the second time.
What is wrong with this? What is wrong with this country?
You're already a slumlord in one county.
We know this.
That's true. That's true. You're right.
Again, we're keeping that off the books.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to. We don't want to say too much.
The great thing is, too, I can't wait to watch this play out because BB Shea, you can still kind of push him around.
Yeah.
He's still a little bit scared of you.
Yeah, push him into the upstairs.
Yeah.
See what happens. The other update, McDonald's is now back to selling their quarter pounder in Colorado. No onions. You cannot get an onion on your quarter pounder. I think those onions, though, are necessary. I would bring my own onion. I would bring a handful of onions into the McDonald's and put it on my quarter.
Shut her down!
You know, that's how I would do
Some
it.
nut brought in his own onions.
I would. I think the onion... They were talking about that's a major part of the flavor of that burger, of the quarter pounder and the double quarter pounder. So in Colorado, they had taken them off the menu for about a week because of this E. coli scare. And now they're bringing the quarter pounder back, but you can't get an onion on it. Even if they're grilled, I guess. And they wouldn't do that anyway. I bet it would slow things down too much to grill the onions. This is about a health report as well. For the first time that I've ever heard, a doctor, his name is Myro Figura, and he says, don't make your bed. It's better not to make your bed. You've always heard that a made bed sleeps better, and you really should.
Well, it just looks better,
It looks better. I do feel like if you make your bed, it just feels more comfortable to get into it at night, the next night. But he says what happens is if you make your bed, it's much more of a breeding ground for microscopic bugs, which can trigger allergies on the bedding because it locks in moisture.
That's what I was going to say. You're not airing it out.
Yeah, so when you leave it all disheveled, it's more dry. When you make it up, it becomes more of a breeding ground for these mites and those kinds of things.
You can say what you will, but the one thing Biggie is an expert on is, quote, airing it out.
Yeah, you'll air out.
That's what he does.
Yeah, I've seen you do that for sure.
Yeah.
Next to the car and here, you do an air out. But,
And I never make my bed. I mean, no one sees it.
No. Don't you feel like I'll tell you the other thing he says, though. He says, you don't make it. Leave it unkempt, but wash the bedding once a week. Every Saturday, wash the bedding, which probably should be done.
That's our plan.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
We do it every 2 weeks. Maybe we should go to one. Dust mites, he says, are not just gross. They trigger allergens that cause asthma and make you feel stuffed up, give you, stuffy nose.
Sure.
I guess a lot of people deal with that. So if you don't make the bed.
But these aren't serious.
No, they're not.
Health issues.
No, it's just he says, I'm going to be the first person to go against making the bed.
Do you rotate your pillow? Do you flip it night after night, or do you smoosh the same side with your head?
I rotate. Always rotate.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I always rotate.
I just slam down.
No.
So your head always hits the same part of the pillow.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
You're a breeding ground for bacteria.
That's all right. I know.
You might as well go ahead and eat those onions. I mean, you're our breeding ground.
I'm living with it.
Because all your leakage and your... And listen, a lot of times now when I'm watching television, I'll nod off. You know that.
When you watch, even in
the afternoon. When I come home in the afternoon.
Not in bed.
Not in bed. Sitting on the couch, watching Friends or Modern Family or Sex and the City or whatever, I'll nod off. Here's my whole pack. I come home, I say...
Daddy's home.
Daddy's home. Daddy's home.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up? Daddy's
Here comes the
home.
dog.
Here comes the dog. Rub the dog. I say to my wife, I shower, I come out, and I say, let me have a salad, and you and I can make love. And she'll say, not today, and I'll sit down on the couch, all right? Boom. TV's on, there's Friends. Okay. Start doing my Wordle. About halfway through the Wordle, I start to nod off. I put it on my lap. Here's what I'm noticing. This is the pillow comment brought this up. For the past month or so, now I'm starting to trickle drool down my chin. It's really starting to be much more common. Mid-afternoon. I used to not do that. Now I'm really starting to get a drool trickle down the chin. And that I feel like that might be an age thing because I'm slumped over, and when I wake up, I'm like, and there's drool.
Yeah. Do the slurp.
I have to do it. There's drool on my chin. That used to not be an issue. Sometimes it'll dribble down onto my shirt. Let me go dripping off my chin onto my shirt. And I'm like,
does Daddy need a bib?
Maybe that's a bad sign.
I'll tell you, it's funny you bring that up because I used to be more of a sleep drooler, and in the last, I do sleep more propped up now too.
No, it's your commitment to health. It's your commitment to health that stopped you from drooling. I firmly believe it. Now that you're on that Wonderwall plan.
Yeah, well, I mean, this has been years ago. I thought maybe
Christop's face says it all. He knows you're committed to this.
Like a champagne supernova.
Yeah,
that's right.
I just thought maybe the cigarette smoke finally dried out enough
might be right.
in my lungs that it was like, that's not even worth it.
What do you mean, Biggie, when you say sleep propped up?
I'll just kind of lean, like if I'm taking a nap and stuff, I'll just sleep propped up in my bed.
Not nighttime sleep.
No, I'll do sometimes if I feel more comfortable. I got a little back thing.
Do a little prop up.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah,
that way.
Sometimes, if I fall, I'll CPAP up and fall asleep. That way I do.
Because you're watching TV.
Yeah, middle of the night sometimes. If I'm not comfortable, I'll just turn on my side and lay that way.
Yeah. What I was going to say is, since I'm drooling more, the pillow has to be changed because you get slop and slobber.
It soaks right in.
And it soaks right in, exactly. Plus, I do like a cool side of the pillow, so I'll lay on it for 5 minutes and flip it over again. You know?
I'm sure the CPAP probably dries out stuff too, because I've never been a drooler like that. I don't wake up.
Well, you got a full face. Your mouth is covered.
You're
at
a full facer. I'm a nose only.
Kelly's a nose only.
And I don't put water in my CPAP machine.
I don't either.
We just do it
dry. It out.
Just do it dry.
Does the water go in the bong instead?
I'm not answering. I'm not. I can't. I have no water.
I only have so much distilled water.
I have so much distilled water.
I don't know what this says about my life, but I've realized that one of the happiest moments of my day is putting on that dry pap at night.
That's a nice
dry
pap. That's a nice. I'm dry papping.
Like right when you slide it over your head, you're just like, oh, finally this day is done.
Take me home. Darkness, take over. I can't let BB Shea find all my distilled water. What are all these jugs of water doing here?
You didn't drink it, did you? What?
Don't touch that.